Hi guys, this is Lisa from This Pilgrim Life, and I'm so glad that you are joining me here today. I've been wanting to do this video for a while, but things have been really crazy, but I was actually able to get my house cleaned up today. My kids have been outside playing all day, which is just amazing. But that means that I've been able to actually get all our main common rooms clean because they haven't been inside. And so it's a great time to give you a quick tour of my house. So I'm also going to point out where we do our homeschool and show you how my homeschool stuff is organized this year. I have done blog posts for the past 3 years on how we organize our homeschool. We don't have a dedicated homeschool room, so I just do everything in the dining room. So if you want to go back and see how everything looked last year and the year before, I will add links to those posts in the video description box below. So it's really neat to see how much this room has changed. So let's just jump right in and I will show you our little home. Okay, so when you first walk in our house through the carport, this is what you see. So like I said, we have two long rooms. This is the dining room, and there's also a little bit of a sitting area. And then on the right here, you walk in straight into our kitchen. And then this is what we call the living room. So I will just start first in the kitchen. You can see, I'll link to a post on the blog what our kitchen used to look like. We've actually done the most work in our kitchen. This area right here, there used to be a wall right there with a little door, but we knocked that down and we put up a buffet and some beadboard and marble countertops. And so we love this. We do a lot of eating and a lot of entertaining here at the buffet. We have this little cowbell that is our dinner bell. The kids love to ring that. This kitchen island gets a lot of use, and it actually just got a fresh coat of paint before we had our photo shoot last week. But my father-in-law built this himself. He drew up all the designs, and we got a big piece of butcher block for the top. I love it. And it has 3 drawers on this side that we have kind of like a junk drawer right here, and then I keep our spices in here, and I'll just give you a quick peek. So this is all my loose like bag spices and yeast, and then in this drawer I have everything that's in our jars. So also in the kitchen we have a double oven, which is just fabulous. This area right here where you see these curved shelves, when we first moved in, this used to be all cabinets, and there was a wall-mounted oven right in the middle. But it wasn't too long before we ended up replacing it and putting in this. And so I had my husband build these little rounded shelves, and we put beadboard on the back, and I really love this area. So I've kind of changed it up over time as to what we keep here, but for now, this is how I've got it organized. I love having our plates and silverware where the kids can get them, and then some other extra appliances. Also in the kitchen, I've got my Vitamix and my grain mill, and then I have, I own 3 Instant Pots, but I only keep my Ultra on the shelf. And we also have backyard chickens, and so we get fresh eggs, which means they don't have to be refrigerated unless they are washed. So when we get our eggs, we just put it right there on the skelter, and for the most part we use our eggs pretty quickly. There are dishes in the sink because there are always dishes in the sink. One thing you'll notice that I don't have in my kitchen is a dishwasher. We had to make a decision. I had to choose between granite countertops and a dishwasher, and I chose dishwasher. I also have an overflow of jars right now because our freezer died, and so I don't have anywhere to put up frozen broth or beans. There's the top of the fridge. Okay, and that takes care of our kitchen. So let's move in here to the dining room. I just got this mail organizer recently from Hobby Lobby. I put up. I found that shelf. I just redid this whole room this summer. I found this shelf at Goodwill, and the same for the chalkboard. We hung up some hooks right there for my purse, and then there's also a little dustpan for the kids to use. These wire baskets, I have been using them for library books, but basically they're just for whatever I need. Here we have our pet corn snake, and that may gross some of you out, but we love him. His name is Severus, and you can't really see him too well in there. I have some plants that I just got from from Lidl. And then this shelf right here is going to be all of our homeschool stuff. So you can see here how I've got the shelves organized. This top shelf, this is all our Bible and kind of like theology books for kids. This shelf, or this basket, has all of the kids' homeschool stuff from last year. So most of that can be put away, but there were some things that we were still needing to work on. This is our nature guide basket. So we've got all of our little nature guides and things like that we can pull out and refer to. Then here, these are some of my favorite picture books that we read most often during school. These books are really cool because they are musical books, and I'll add a link in the video description. But this one is Vivaldi, which is one of my favorite composers. But this is such a neat book because it takes you through Vivaldi's 4 seasons in one day, and it has these little buttons. And when you push it, it plays clips of Vivaldi's music. So we also have one for the Nutcracker, and we love it. Okay, also down here we have more nature guides and nature books. This is the basket with all of our curriculum for this year, and I'm going to do another video on what we're using this year, so I won't go through all of that right now. Here are some more books that we use in our morning time. There's poetry books and some Pilgrim's Progress, James Herriot, and Silverstein, and this is just some fun science experiments. And then the last 2 baskets here are manipulatives and educational games. So I've got geo boards and pattern blocks and Connect 4 in there. And then in here we have just more games and puzzles and counting bears and things like that. So you can find more of what we use for morning time on my blog. I have a lot of resources for that, including a post on our favorite morning time things. So this right here is also another new addition. When I got my new computer this summer, I got a desk to put it on, and that was kind of the catalyst for changing up this room. So, and then my nice comfy office chair. So I do a lot of work here. And then these benches are kind of double duty here. My husband built them, and so they serve as benches for eating and also a lot of extra storage. So these baskets all down here have homeschool items and some of my work stuff and some games and things like that. So our dining room table is another piece that my father-in-law built, including the bench. We love it because not only is our family really big, but we can hold another family or 2 at it, which is really nice. We don't usually have an extra refrigerator in here, but I have that from last week when I was doing all my recipe testing. Here's all of our notebooks. My kids draw like crazy, so they go through notebooks a lot. We also, in the dining room, have a giant wall of books, and try as I may, this area gets pretty cluttered pretty quickly. And I can't organize my husband's books quite so easily, so they stay kind of cluttered a little bit more than I'd like. These are all the kids' books though. So we've got some kind of like encyclopedia books, and then there's all of our Dr. Seuss books. These are picture books, and then there's art books at the bottom. And then these are nonfiction hardcover books. And then in this basket right here, I have all of our nonfiction paperbacks, which we have a ton. And then this is picture books, paperback picture books. So again, we have a ton. And it just got to the point where it was a lot easier to keep them contained in these baskets than on the shelf. So I have this shelf right here is all my books. And then this is more just overflow homeschool books. That basket right there has extra poetry books. So we also, in this dining room, have this little sleeper couch, and that gets used somewhat regularly. And then I redid this area recently, and I got that chalkboard from Lowe's. We got a really big piece of chalkboard and then just cut it, and I just hung it up right there. My husband cut me that wood, and I made a sign for our homeschool. That's what we've called our homeschool. It's Mountain Brook Academy. And then this is one of my favorite pieces in this room, and this is our nature table. I found this used. It was handmade, and it really is just a neat piece that can display all of our nature finds. So we've got some fun things like there's a bird's nest and our shells and some different bird feathers there, and snake skins and pine cones and bugs and gems. And this is super neat right here. This is something that my husband brought back from the beach. So really a neat piece to have. Okay, so that takes care of our dining room. And I'll just give you one last big look at it. There's all of our school stuff in my office and the table. And then you've seen the kitchen already, and now we'll just move into the living room, and this will be it. Okay, so the last room here is our living room. We got this couch recently. I love it. It's gray. It's a lazy boy. It's super comfortable. And then this table right here, I had my husband build. It's really simple, just a piece of wood. He got some table legs. They're just one on that end and one on the other. And then it is drilled right into the wall. I recently repainted it. It used to be white, but now it's gray. I put this little cube organizer under here somewhat recently, maybe in the spring, and it's been really helpful to keep some extra toys. These are all of my baby's toys, and then I've got extra baby blankets, puzzles, my exercise stuff whenever I get around to doing that. This is my toddler's toy basket, and I keep our blanket here. I use that at night when I'm just hanging out on the couch. We've got puzzles in this basket, and for the most part I like keeping them in zipper bags because it's really a lot easier for them to clean up and keep. And then coloring books in here. One great thing about having baskets like that is you can only have so much, and if you have more, then chances are you need to pare down. So it really helps to keep our toys a little bit more manageable. Now we also have a great brick fireplace, and I've been told many times to paint the bricks, but my husband is not on board with that. So if you suggest that I paint the bricks, I'm not gonna be able to do it. On the fireplace, we've got these 4 baskets. They hold a lot of different building toys. So we've got Duplos in here, and Magnum tiles, Lincoln logs, and wooden blocks. It's really nice, especially with having 5 kids, to have so many different building options, because when they all want to build at once, it helps to have a lot of things to build. There is our mantle, and I usually change my mantle up a few times a year, so that's what it is right now. Now the last thing I want to show you is our dresser right here. Sometime this past year, I went ahead and I put all of my kids' clothes in the dresser. So their clothes are no longer in the room except for the things that get hung up. So on the bottom, so each child has a drawer. On the bottom is my toddler, and then my 4-year-old, my baby is on the bottom right, then my 6-year-old and my 8-year-old, and then this one right here is my kids' underwear drawer. So I'll just give you a quick peek at all of these. So here's my daughter's underwear. We keep socks in the middle and underwear here. The drawers, my kids are in charge of putting their clothes away, so I'll go back and kind of organize every once in a while, but as you can see, they don't always stay folded. That's my 4-year-old. And my 2-year-old's clothes are in here. So, I mean, they go in folded, but they don't always stay folded. But I have found that, again, it helps to kind of keep things pared down. They don't need, you know, a ton of clothes. So basically whatever can fit in their drawer. My 6-year-old has apparently no clothes right now. And here's my 8-year-old's. So really, whatever can fit in the drawer is what they need. And then we just have DVDs in the top drawers over here. So that's it, guys. That's our house. I'll give you a view from this direction. I hope you've enjoyed this short little tour. It's always nice to see other people's houses. And I do so many live videos, and I know you only see a piece of our house. So I wanted to give you a quick little tour. And you can hear my kids playing outside. They're always super loud, but better loud outside than in. All right, so that's it. I hope you guys have enjoyed this little brief tour. I love our home. It's not perfect by any means, but we are comfortable here and so thankful. So if you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up. Let me know if you'd like to see more videos like this. And let me know if you have any questions. Anything that I refer to, you can find links down in the video description below. I hope you guys have a great day, and thank you so much for watching.